welcome everybody. Good morning or good evening or good afternoon, whatever time zone you are currently in. Thank you so much for taking your time out to join us for today's webinar. I'm really excited about this one. This is the iFormBuilder Customer Solution Showcase. And today we have a wonderful presenter, Penny Liu, and she's coming from Hong Kong. She's from our Hong Kong office, and I don't get to work as much with her as I'd like, but I'm very, very fortunate that we got to work together at least a little bit to come up with this webinar for you today. So meet Penny. Penny's a solutions engineer, and her and I actually started at iFormBuilder around the same time. And what she really focuses on is the customer experience and customer service. So if you are lucky enough to be to go on to the iFormBuilder chat and have Penny on there, she's extremely helpful and extremely knowledgeable about the platform. Penny didn't know that I was going to share this with you, but I just wanted to give you some comments from our customers and our users, just so you know how awesome she is. And if you have questions, how readily available and happy she is to answer those on the help desk chat as well.
All right, thanks, Barry. Hey, Barry, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So, hey, everybody. Thanks for joining this webinar. My name is Penny, and I'm based out of Hong Kong. Just in case some of you are not aware of this yet, we have a team in Hong Kong to take care of our customers around this time zone. So if you have any questions while the other side of the world is sleeping, please let us know. And I have been working as a solutions engineer in iFormBuilder for more than 2 years, and I've seen numerous solutions be delivered to our customers based on different requirements from different groups and also different budgets. And today I want to share some of them to you guys, and hopefully that can give you some ideas that can shed some light to what you are trying to achieve for your own group or projects. And today my topics will be covering 3 parts. The first one is an instant report solution based on Google Doc, and the second one is an instant report solution based on Google Spreadsheet, and the third one will be I want to show you how to call a third-party app from within iForm. And I'm going to present a demo for each part. Yeah, so many people ask me if iFormBuilder can send PDF reports. And the fact is, right now, that cannot be done directly in iFormBuilder. And some of you might be aware that we have integrated a third-party reporting service with iFormBuilder named WebMerge, which enable you to map iFormBuilder data into a customized PDF report. And what I like to say is that WebMerge is a good way to do that, but today I'm going to show you another more flexible solution working with iFormBuilder for reporting. And now let's say if there is one group who does inspection for the schools, and they reach out to us with some requirements. They want to do inspections in a couple of schools every week, and in each school they need to inspect different sections, for example, classroom, playground, or something like that. And after they observed some risk in the spot, they're going to take a picture of the spot and mark the severity of the risk as high, medium, or low. And what they want to do on the report is that they want to generate a report for each school, and all inspected sections need to be displayed in parallel on this report. And also, they want to show different color based on how severe the risk of the inspected section is. And they want the high-risk ones to be red, medium ones to be yellow, and low ones to be green. And then the report will be sent to the manager, for example, on a weekly basis. So I built out a demo for this group, And now we can have a look at how it looks like. So now I'm trying to show you the form they collect inspection data on. So you can see that it has some basic fields like date, inspector, and location. And here at the bottom, it is a multi-page subform where the inspector can enter as many records as he wants. And in the subform, we have inspection section and severity. So the severity has three options: low, medium, and high. And on the bottom, it's a photo area where the inspector can take picture. All right, now let me grab my iPad and try to submit a record from there. Then you will see that the report will be generated and sent to my email.
So Penny, while you're working on bringing that up, how often do people ask you about having a way to send a PDF?
How often?
Do you think
People ask me.
do you think that's a constant request of the platform?
Yeah, definitely. That's very often. I mean, basically, every group who has a requirement for report want to send PDF report to, I mean, like instantly. Yeah.
And so this is where
Well,
our ability to create a PDF from the data, it doesn't really work for that workflow.
yeah.
And what about
Um,
people who, they don't mind maybe our PDF, but or maybe they don't mind coming to have to pick up the PDF, but they don't really like how they have no way to customize it. Is this where this could come into handy as well?
yeah. I'm going to show you that later, like how to customize reports, and you can see that you can customize the whole thing.
Great. Thank you
Um,
so much. I don't want to interrupt you anymore, but I just wanted to ask those questions too. And I'll keep asking you, but I'll let you get to your demo.
sure. So I don't know how this so the screen just doesn't show up. So I'm just going to submit a record right now. You won't see it, but it's uploading. So basically, I'm trying to submit a data from the form I just showed you, and the data includes 5 inspection items, and each item is marked as different severity, and there will be a picture attached to every inspected item. So I'm now trying to submit this, and it's now going through the uploading. And now I'm trying to switch to my email page, and the report will be generated instantly in a minute.
So just to reiterate that, what you've done is you've opened up the form in iForm, you filled in all the fields in their entirety, and then you just submitted the record. And your hope is now that based on off of this configuration you created, you'll receive an email. Is that correct?
Yeah. So now I'm on my email page, and I'm trying to see it came through, and oops. And now I'm trying to, sorry, it's a little bit slow. Yeah. So this one is the report that just came through, and trying to open it, and you'll see what it looks like. Um, On this report, you will see that there are 5 items that have been inspected, and 2 of them were high risk, and 2 were medium, and 1 is low. And on this part, it's a dashboard where all items will be displayed and different colors will be marked based on how severe the risk is. So there are two that are medium, are marked as yellow, 2 are red, and 1 is green. And now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of this report. You will see that each inspected item will be displayed here one by one. And please note that the border of this part is also marked as different color. And this one, the first one, is yellow, so the border of this part is yellow as well. And the picture will also be attached. So basically, no matter how many subform records you're going to create, they will be appended like this, one after one. And yeah, it looks pretty neat, doesn't it? And now, yeah, so this is how the report looks like. And now I'm trying to show you how this report is created. So the technology involved here is that I built a web service based on Google to receive the data posted from iFormBuilder, and then Google will generate a PDF report and then send it to an email address. So the first thing you need to do is that you need to create a template in Google Doc, and this template will be what the report is generated based on. And then you need to put the placeholders in where you want them to be filled with iFormBuilder data. So you can see I have a couple of placeholders here and also in this part. And based on this template, what you're going to do next is you're going to click Tools and go to Script Editor. From there, you can create new projects. So the projects I worked on is webinar demo. So this is an existing one, but you can always create new projects. So this is the codes in the back end, and I'm not going into the details of this code. Otherwise, this webinar will take forever. But just wanted to let you know that we have some sample codes in our knowledge base you can use, and we also have a video showing you step by step how you need to adjust the code for your own form. And after webinar, you can download our slides and find a link to the tutorial. So after you deploy the codes here, what you're going to do next is you're going to publish this project as a web app. And from here, it will generate a link. So this link, this URL, is how you need to connect iFormBuilder with Google. And now let me copy this link and paste it into the backend of iFormBuilder. Now we're going to form assignment on the server of iFormBuilder. And we're going to find that form. The form I'm using is demo Google Doc. So I'm going to click Assign and it will take you to another page, and at the bottom of this page you will see the post date. So this is how iFormBuilder sends data to somewhere else, and from here you can create new endpoint or edit endpoint. So this is the endpoint I've been using, and now I'm going to edit it. And from here, you need to put the URL I got from Google here, and put your name here, and you're going to use XML. You can use JSON, but this demo is for XML, and you're going to choose key value pair, and this is a key. This key is defined in the codes on Google. So you can find in that codes, and put the error email here and update. So after this step, you'll be all set, and iFormBuilder and Google has already been connected. And yeah, so after this step, you'll be able to submit data from iForm, and the data will go through the codes, and a PDF report will be generated and emailed to a given email address. This is pretty much the whole process of how this report is generated, is created. Any questions so far?
Penny, I think you're doing a great job, and no questions so far on my end. Oh, actually, we just had one come in. Well, we had a couple, but the other ones I was answering. But one that just came in is just, so is the data also posted on sync back to iFormBuilder?
Yes. So actually, the data will be sent to iFormBuilder server first. Then the server will post the data to Google. That's how it works. Does that answer your question? All right. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to go to the second one.
That sounds good. Thanks, Penny. I'll interrupt you when more come through.
Okay, sure. So the second one, yes, is based on Google Sheet, and now I'm trying to give you another scenario. Now let's say the same company required another report. So every week their inspectors will go to all the schools and do inspections, and they want to have a weekly report consolidating all the data collected within that week to be sent to their manager's email. And the difference here from the one I just talked through is that the other one is a report for each entry, each submission. And for this one, they need all the data in 1 week. And the other one is triggered by a record being submitted from the device, and this one is triggered by time. So it will run at the same time every week, at the same time every week automatically. And now I'm trying to I'm going to present this demo quick as well. 1 second. Let me try. So yeah, this Google spreadsheet, what you're seeing right now is Google spreadsheet, and one of the sheets is named raw data, and this sheet is used to receive the records from iFormBuilder, just like the other one I just talked through. And just imagine that this sheet is a data pool that all data keeping coming in. And what we are going to do is to grab those data within a week's range and create a report based on that. And the weekly report is conducted in this sheet. So in this sheet named weekly report, I put a start date on top and an end date, and then below I listed all the schools that need to be inspected. And the thing this sheet is doing is that the formulas, I put formulas in all the fields here. The formulas will calculate all the records for each school and count the number of visits for each school, and then calculate the date of last visit, and then combine the evaluators who did inspection to the school, to that particular school, and then combine the actions required. So, and all the data, this is the important part. So all the data will be filtered based on the date range on the top. So this date range is dynamic. And you can also see that I have a button here, and every time I click the button, the end date will be set to today, and the start date will be set to today -7. So it will be a week's range. And then on clicking this button, a report will be created and sent to my email address. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing on my iPad. Oh, wait a minute. Let me show the form first. So this form is the form that this project is based on. It's a different form. It's also a simple one with some basic fields: site, date, time, evaluator, and actions required. And now I'm trying to enter a new record from my iPad. Then this new record will be pushed to the raw data instantly. So now let's just let the page stay on this spreadsheet, and I'm now trying to submit a record. 1 second.
Penny, if you don't mind, I'm just going to ask a quick question while you're submitting that record.
Sure.
When you use the post URL, you have the option to do XML and JSON. How do you usually decide which one you're going to use?
Actually, they both work. And the JSON, the display of JSON data is neater, so we usually prefer to use JSON, but they both work. I mean, it's just a matter of which option you wanted to use.
So with this integration that you have with the XML, did you use an XML key as well?
For JSON?
No,
Sorry.
Are you using
repeat that?
XML for this one, or are you using the JSON?
I'm using XML as well for this one.
Okay, so did you use the XML key pair?
Yeah.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about how that works for those individuals who aren't familiar with it?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go through that later.
Sure, perfect, thank you.
No problem. All right, so this record is now uploading, and let's look at this sheet here. and you will see that the record is coming in shortly. So yeah, so it came through, and I'm trying to distinguish this one, so I put Penny is awesome in the actions required field. And now we're going to the weekly report sheet. You will see that this new data is not in this sheet because the date range is not the right one, and I need to update the date range to be able to see the new record. So now I'm trying to click this button here, and it's going to set the date range to update the date range to the current time. Okay, I'm now clicking this button, and the script is running, and you will see that Penny is awesome this record has already came through because the date range is updated. And now I'm trying to go back to my email, and you will see that a report has already been created. Right. So this is the new report, and you can see that all the schools, not all the schools, but all the schools that have records in the data have been pushed to this report, and those ones that haven't been inspected are not shown here. So this is pretty much the result. It's a little bit ugly because I didn't pay too much attention to the layout and the decoration here. But you can customize the whole thing. You can add a logo here. You can add yeah, basically you can customize the whole thing, whatever you want to be like. And then
the one thing I'll add, just for those listeners too, like Penny was saying, you can customize any of it, and not just what fields are being displayed, but also where pictures are being shown. Maybe if you have a subform record and you have one of those pieces of data displayed at the very top, you can easily configure that as well.
Yeah, exactly. So the technology involved here is pretty much the same. So basically, you need to create a Google spreadsheet, and how this spreadsheet is connected to iFormBuilder is similar to the other one I just talked through. And again, I'm not going to go through the codes here. You can find some tutorials in the slides later. So if you have programming experience, there shouldn't be a problem for you to understand the codes. And if you're not an IT person, don't worry. We have an implementation team who can help you create your customized report. We got some really good experts in our team.
We do have some great experts on our team, and we do have great documentation. So it's always if you have the time, feel free to give it a try on your own. But like Penny said, our team is fantastic at building out these solutions, and they amaze me every day. So just wanted to add that too.
Yeah. So another thing I want to show you is on this project is that we are now going to set a timely trigger. So we want this report to run at the same time every week automatically. And what we are going to do is that we have a function here to set the weekly range, and then we're going to add a trigger to this function from here. So you can add trigger here and select the function you need you need to run on a timely basis. Now we are selecting this one, and you can select time driven and week timer, and let's say every Tuesday midnight to 1 a.m. This is based on EDT, because this whole project is set to that time zone, but you can change that as well. And then I'm going to hit save. Now the trigger has already been set. So from now, this report is going to run at the same time every week, every Tuesday midnight, EDT. And yeah, so this trigger is pretty cool because you don't have to, you just let it be there and run. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to use your hand to generate report or something. So yeah, this is pretty much the whole process of this project. Any questions?
Not right now, Penny. We've had a lot of questions coming in, but I think we are all set to see whatever it is you want to show next.
Okay. So you mentioned just now that how the key value pair works. So in the codes, in the main codes here, we define the key here, and this key is what you need to put in the backend of iFormBuilder. And then this do post is the function that handles the data posted from iFormBuilder. And then we're going to arrange the data and put the data into the spreadsheet. You need to get a spreadsheet and get a range. So A2 is a column in the spreadsheet, and basically you just get a column and set the value to the one we got from iFormBuilder. The code is not difficult to understand if you have a little bit programming skills, and even if you don't, if you spend a little bit of time on this, there shouldn't be a problem. And you can always reach out to us if you have any questions about setting up these codes. All right. So yeah, this is pretty much for the reports. And as far as I know, every group has different requirements. What I want to say is Google is a very flexible and powerful platform on which nothing is impossible. So yeah, if you have any questions about your own group, I mean, if you want to set up any report for your own group, please feel free to let us know, and we'll see what we can help. All right, so next I'm going to go through the third one. This one won't be too long because I just wanted to give you a brief idea how the integration works between iFormBuilder with a third-party app. And now I'm trying to build a quick demo here. All right, let me go to the other forms. All right, you are asking. And so here I put a third-party widget here, and this is what you need to use to connect iFormBuilder with third-party app. And today I'm going to show you how to call Apple system app, like phone messaging and or FaceTime and stuff like that. And first, I'd like to show you this library. So listed here are all those Apple URL scheme, and you can refer to them in your third-party app. So these are just for the system app. These are not for other apps created by developers. These are other developers. These are just Apple system apps, and this is for mail. So basically, if you copy and paste this link here and put it in iFormBuilder, and when you go to iForm app and click the third-party app, you're going to, and the iForm app will go to the mail directly. You don't need to close the app first to be able to open another one. I'm just going to show this one quick. I'm just going to paste this to the form, and then send this to my own email address. ZerionSoftware.com, and in the CC part, you can put buried here, buried at Zerion Software, and subject. You can use subject which you were here. Yeah, let's just leave it here and see how it looks like on the form and the app. Now I'm going to try again to show my iPad on the screen. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but let me see. Yeah. Alright, so now let's have a look at my iPad, and I'm going to show you how to call the email from iFormBuilder, iForm app. One second. Alright, so this one, and send a message from here. So I'm just going to click this send a message from here, and look carefully. So it will open the mail. I'm not sure. Oops. Yeah, it came through. So it's sending to my email address and CC buried, and the subject will be greetings from Cupertino, whatever. So yes, this is just giving you a very rough idea about how third-party widget works, and you can actually call any other app from iForm. I'm not going to show you that today, but feel free to play around, and you'll find the tutorial as well in the slides later. And so for those who wanted to do interaction with iFormBuilder and another third-party app, like you want to send information from the third-party app back to iForm, then it's a more complex scenario. You need to adjust. You need to put some codes within the third-party app. And one of my colleagues is is working on that one, and he's actually more familiar with that part. And if you're interested, I'll be happy to introduce him to you, and yeah, and you can let him know what you're trying to do with your own app, or um, what you're trying to do with the app you need to use to expand iFormBuilder function. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I want to talk about today.
All right, thank you, Penny. Penny, if we could just continue with you sharing your screen and we can go through the presentation. For those of you,
Sure.
if you have more questions about what Penny shared, feel free to put them in the question box. I just wanted to go through some other last minute things to just make sure you're aware of some of the new releases that we have in iFormBuilder, some helpful links that we have, and just our knowledge base, and really how to get started as well. So for our helpful links, I've included a link to our last data integrations webinar recording that we had. So if you missed it, once we send over the documents, you'll be able to look at this link and just click and see what else we discussed during that webinar. I also used a link discussing the post URL, since that's really what Penny was able to show off today with that Google integrations. For those of you who are not familiar with Zapier, Zapier is a web tool that helps you automate and connect two web services together. So today Penny showed how to integrate and have that configurations with Google Docs, and she did a lot of the development and the coding. With Zapier, it's very much user-friendly, and it's a service that will tie those two web services together without you having to do all that coding. The other helpful link that I have here at the bottom is just a link to our help desk article on integration ideas and some things that other folks have done. So our new iFormBuilder releases, these are the ones that have come out this past summer. The first one is the form packages. If you are unfamiliar on these form packages, they're amazing what you can do. You're able to create a form package through the package builder. You're able to select multiple forms in your account. Whenever you select a parent form, all the subforms will come with it. But what I really like about it is that you're also able to connect to look up data. So you can have that attached to your database form. And then what you can do is, after you've created this form package, maybe you have a friend who's interested in using iFormBuilder or whatever it may be, you can send that file to them and they can import that in their FormBuilder account so that they have access to everything that you created, and maybe they can make changes to it without it affecting what you've done. But it's truly a powerful tool. What it's also really nice for, it's almost a way to do version control. You can create a form package maybe once a week and give it a specific name and almost have that on your computer. So in case you have to go back and say, what did I have for this specific form? What did it look like on this date? You'll have that in your account. So here we have stored filters, and this was a request that was asked for a long time now. And what you're able to do, or before stored filters, you were able to create one singular filter, and that would stay active until you reset that filter. It was pretty basic in that sense. But with the stored filters, you can create a filter for all your relevant data for your form, but you could save that filter and apply it at any time. So you can have multiple filters saved within your stored filter section of the form builder. And this is under the data tab. What's also really nice about it is you're able to set a single rule on a single field. So it's really powerful, this stored filter, and it's just going to become even more powerful as time goes on and as we're able to develop it a little bit more. To go along with the stored filter is this table edit views. So this is, once you're looking at a filter, you're able to select that filter that you've created, and you'll see a button that says table edit view. Once you get in that table edit view, you can actually edit that data. You can filter that data. You can also, try to find specific fields within that data set. So maybe you're looking for a specific criteria, and instead of having to search through that document yourself, you can find that using this table edit view. The next is our API. We didn't really talk about our API today, but iFormBuilder has its API, and it is available to everybody, no matter what account you're in. If you are in a free account, we do limit how much API calls you have. We also limit it in the dedicated database, but that's 10,000 API calls. So that, and if you go over that, it's just a minimal overage charge. But essentially, this API allows you to create a custom workflow. So what Penny was showing a lot of today was iFormBuilder going somewhere else. And this, for instance, this was going into Google. With the API, you can have bi-directional data. So iFormBuilder can go to a specific location, but you can also have data flow into iFormBuilder and maybe pre-populate some of these questions. The API can add new users. Essentially, everything that you can do manually, you can automate through the API. And the API is definitely a developer's tool. But why I want to point it out today is because we have a newer version of it, which allows you to do even more with our API than we had in the past. What's also very nice is this tool here at the very bottom. If you click on that later on, you'll be able to see how our API looks in different languages. So if you're unfamiliar with API, we have a RESTful API, and so you're able to take this and really configure it to meet any developer language that you need. And this is where that tool there will show you what it looks like maybe in .NET or whatever language you're familiar with. And here we have our last slide for the evening. These are all links just to different sections that I think will be helpful to you. This is actually how we end every webinar, so you have these links available to you. This top one is just a link to our webinars, and so if you want to see what webinars we have coming up for the rest of 2015, this is where you'd be able to locate it, but you'd also be able to see the past sessions recordings that we've had. Support options. That first one is, really where you get to go talk to Penny, and you get to go to our Customer Success Center where we have all our help desk articles, the How to Get Started section. We also have a lot of videos on how to build out some of these integrations. If time is something that you're worried about here and you want some support, our implementation support is here to help you. Like Penny mentioned, and I mentioned earlier, our team on developing these solutions is really, really strong, and we're happy to assist you. Just come to us with your problem, and we'll try to help you figure out what it is that we can do and really meet your needs, whatever they may be. We also offer training courses. We can do those on-site or online if that's something that you're looking to purchase. We have our FormBuilder certification course, and this has been really successful this past year. And this is something that, unfortunately, our October session is booked, but if you are interested in getting certified within FormBuilder, we are going to be starting back up in 2016, and we'll be sending out emails for those of you to sign up if you're interested. And the Kickstart training program is just something also that is also available to those individuals who have a growing plan. I really want to say a big thank you to all of you for taking your time out today and spending time with Penny and I, but also a really big thank you to Penny for taking the time to develop these demos and showing off what you've learned from our customers. So thank you, Penny. And
my pleasure.
Please feel free to reach out to either one of us if you have any questions.